These beasts will be gone pretty soon. So enjoy the 7,900 units while you can. Hey, what's happening, guys? Alex here. It's a summer-like day in the city. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt for the first time in weeks. And today being the 8th of May, 2023, Monday afternoon, we are going to be getting a lot more days like this month, as we're halfway through spring and just getting all ready for summer and the many events that will be happening here in the city. So we're here at Islington Avenue and it's not, that's almost like Queen Street, the Queensway. Look at that, there's Mississauga. Those two twisty towers are the Marilyn Monroe Towers, and that's in the city center district. And there's 7963, that's a 2006 Orion 7 OG diesel. Oh, a cop just pulled over somebody. Here we are walking on the north side of the Queensway. Fun fact, the Queensway actually becomes Queen Street when it hits the old city of Toronto in the Parkdale neighborhood. Anyway, so I had this last minute idea to come out here and film a walk. It's because it's been a while. It's been so long since I filmed a walk along the Queensway. And the last time I filmed a walking video, at least along this part, was back in, was over a year ago. I was heading in the other direction from Royal York to Kipling. But we just started here at Islington, and I think we're going to walk over to Park Lawn. The Queensway is mostly a commercial retail stretch. But I think after Royal York, it becomes a mix of residential and commercial. And I think I might film a walk down Park Lawn to Humber Bay Shores. We got some fairly new townhouses here. I would say it's around 19 Celsius, but for much of this week, it's going to be in the early 20s. So once again, summer is here. Well, not like last month when we were experiencing 30 degrees temperatures. Or for you Americans, that would be in the 90s. But right now, actually, is it 19 or is it 20? It's 18, so that might be in the late 70s or early 80s in Fahrenheit. Sorry, I'm getting a message. There's Ladybank Road. And again, I don't know if I've mentioned this. If not, we're in the Etobicoke borough. It's in the west end of the city. And a lot of the homes up here, middle class. Look what we have here, Orion 7 NG diesel. Just moved here from Wilson, 8107. Nice car. This is the first time I have seen these guys in Queensway territory. And nope, it's not a rad. I actually didn't even know that was on the 80. Before I came here to Etobicoke, I did go on Transy, and there were a few on the 37, the 44, but I didn't know one was on the 80. Apparently, the 8,100 units, at least 16 of them are moving from Wilson, and actually a lot of them have already made their transfer. Eventually, they're gonna get rid of the 2006 Orions, and I think the 07s, as the new Flyer hybrid electric buses and Nova buses will be kicking them out. I think it's kind of cool seeing the 8100s here. But hopefully they don't get rid of every single one out of Wilson, or maybe they might, because the TTC did order a shit ton of them. I haven't gone a ride on them yet. I really want to. Maybe on the 76. Again, they've only just made their move less than a week ago. There's the Gardner Expressway. Tim Hortons. Mom's making cookies. What is that? Is that here at Baskin Robbins? I haven't been to a BR in a while. Feels empty here. But at least it's not like we're passing freaking vacant stores that went out of business. That's probably like that in Parkdale. Dairy Queen. Yeah, I am craving some friggin' ice cream here. But I'm kind of broke. Not really, but I might as well be like several people, especially that I don't have a job yet and I'm gonna apply for one. Oh, it's right inside a Money Mart too. There used to be Money Marts all over the damn place. And there's a Costco. What the hell? How did I not know there was a Costco in this area? Did I not know that? Or has it always been here? Momo Himalayan Kitchen. I don't think I've heard of a Himalayan restaurant in the city, but TO is just known for its multicultural selections of food from different cultures, so I'm not surprised at all. Maybe for anybody that's visiting from out of the country, then you'll probably be. And there's a Harvey's. Only had it once. I'm not really a fan of it, and it's probably something I won't have again. Tamal Avenue. So that used to be an automotive shop. I think it was open when I was filming my video last year. There's a convertible out. Oh, this reminds me of Chitui, just east of Jane, where my cousin lives. Where you got the main street and you got this here, and these cottage-style homes. It's very prominent in North York's Brookhaven, Amesbury neighborhood, or district rather. It's not an official neighborhood by any means. Just before I came to Etobicoke, I went to Yorkville again. I know I filmed a walking video there 2 nights ago, but there were some elevators I wanted to film, most of which were revamped, and pretty much every single elevator I filmed there, they had slap-on Dewhurst fixtures. The one I filmed was a vintage Otis that got revamped with Dewhurst. And then another was a Northern, which had a slap-on Dewhurst. And then another one I filmed, I swore that's a Westinghouse. A lot of these Westinghouse elevators aren't so common here in Canada. Why? Because the fixtures, and second, I heard the bell. The old vintage Westinghouse bell. And I just saw a bus going up. That must be Royal York coming up. And a new apartment. Where the hell did that come from? Who's dropping water bottles? Huh. Opportunity here. Oh, there's the tip of the CN Tower. For those of you that probably already know, it used to be the tallest tower and freestanding structure in the world until the late 2000s. But it's an obvious icon. Think of it as it's probably a much bigger version of the Space Needle in Seattle. And that's also a miniature version, or actually, no, the Skylon Tower in Niagara Falls is a miniature version. There seems to be a lot of copycats going on. Or copycats of some structures. Some of them historic. I am going back to Queensway after this, so that's why I'm in this part of town. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film a bus ride though, because a lot of the routes in this area I've already filmed, well, except for Route 80. But 80 I don't really want to do because it's a bit long and uninteresting. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll cross over to the other side. Those condos up ahead, not sure if you guys can see, but that's at the Humber Bay Shores neighborhood. It was fully developed in the early to mid 2010s. It's right off the lake, offering amazing views of the skyline. Royal, missing its letters there. Obviously it says Royal Pharmacy, a nice beetle, interesting color. Hey, at least it's still Orion OG galore here. 2017-18, a lot of them of the Detroit diesel fashion, they've all quickly like disappeared, even though there are a lot of them. $79.30. Though a lot of the units in the early 2020s, they've converted to event support buses or COVID vaccine buses, and a lot of them have already retired. And since this friggin' light won't change, I'm just gonna keep going here and cross to the next light. Now, so this is a part of the Queensway I haven't even walked on yet. And there we go, our CN Tower shot. And this new camera is working out pretty well. Very pleased. And the fact that I don't even have to zoom or worry about the zoom malfunctioning, because this one obviously doesn't. Sometimes I feel like my head is hurting, but I think I'm fine. I think Park Lawn might be a bit of quite a ways, but we'll stick with it. Shop the Queensway. Sure, it may not be full of people or traffic, but it's still interesting, especially if you're a local that lives in the area. And I am getting a bit in the hot side. Hopefully in the next 20 minutes we'll find some cool breeze, especially that we'll be heading down. I don't think I'm going to be heading directly to the lake. That's not really my intention. It's probably just to finish my walk right at where the park begins, and then maybe I'll take the 501. Actually, I know there's a vintage elevator near the area. I'll probably have to take the 501 bus, not the streetcar, the bus. Just a short while, and then maybe I'll have to take the Maybe what I'll do is I'll have to take the 501 again to Royal York, and then hop on the 76. This depends on which bus I'm going to film. Now that we have the NG diesels in this part of town. But also, that route, you know, school is dismissed in an hour, so there's gonna be like a freaking ton of kids just routing around on the bus. I got that experience when I was filming a ride on the 76 heading north to Royal York. So if I get an NG diesel, great, but it might not be easy to contend with. If it's an Orion or a Nova, I'm not filming that. I've already filmed Orion heading north. All I gotta do next is do southbound, even though I've already filmed one, but that's all the way down to the Queensway. I could do a lot more than just that. Shit, I forgot to cross to the other side here. Oh well, let's, next light, we'll do that. Three Brothers Restaurant. I think this area should really show a bit more love. I have a feeling this area is not really visited by so many people. Especially those that don't live in the area. Now you all know that I found a Himalayan restaurant. I think I see Parkland up ahead and the streetcar tracks, even though they're currently inactive. God knows when the hell streetcars will physically return to Etobicoke. Oh, there's the financial district, all the way from here. Kid looks to be under 14. If you're under 14, you're allowed to ride your bike on the sidewalk, but over 14, it's a big no-no. It's illegal. There's a motel here. I didn't even know that. Sure, a lot of motels have been very prominent in Scarborough, but here, I don't think I've ever seen a motel in Etobicoke. Sometimes though, motels are a bit sketchy. Oh, looks like we got an Italian business up ahead. Is that a restaurant? It is. Mama Martino's Pizzeria. I almost intentionally said that in an Italian accent. Actually, hey, what do you want to go to Mama's Martino's? They got some great pizza, pasta. Yeah, arrivederci. Okay, that's a bit of a shitty impression, but I almost got it. Well, yes, Toronto does have a huge Italian population, especially in the West End. Again, I missed a street light. What am I even doing? Oh, this looks pretty interesting. Actually, I think it's a good thing I'm still here because you got the CN Tower view and the financial district skyscrapers in the distance. In fact, I want to start my next walking video a few blocks north of the Queensway on Park Lawn. Because Lakeshore isn't far at all, so unfortunately, bus service here is not that frequent, though outlined in the 2023 service plan. They're going to reorganize the branches and add more service, but because of those cuts that took effect in March and then over the weekend, now the TTC is starting to get a head start on their 2024 service annual plan. Though they have already incorporated some of the routes, like extending the 902 up to Steeles and rebranding the seasonal routes into the 200 series, and they've also inaugurated the bus route from Rouge Hill to the zoo. So that's a few to name. That was part of the plan, though never released. And speaking of the 80 bus, here comes a westbound one heading to Sherway Gardens. Got to mention that the 2006-07 ones, they have the Cummins engine. They're very similar to their other counterparts that are long gone now with the Detroit diesel emissions. That's the only difference. I'm not sure what... Is this the... What stream am I crossing over? This is obviously not the Humber River, or is it a different branch? It doesn't even say. Nice. Whatever that stream is called. Wait, hold up. I think that's Tom Riley Creek, right? It's gotta be. Yeah, I'm guessing that's Tom Riley. Alright, so we're getting pretty close to wrapping it up. Everybody can see your backyard here. And their shed. So I'm gonna give the camera probably a 2-minute break. And then I'm gonna start my next walking video, which will be down Park Lawn Road. Can't get enough of the views from here of the financial district. Oh, it's a medical center. I'm not gonna go inside. I mean, you never know, it may have an elevator, but not my intentions. We're going uphill a bit here. And here we are. And there's the old Mr. Christie factory. It's been sitting slightly abandoned for the past 10 years. You know, and everyone's all familiar with Ritz, Oreos, Chips Ahoy. Zoom in one more time here. And that's gonna be it for this one, so thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, stay tuned for more videos and check out my others as well, and stay cool, stay safe, keep your stick on the ice. Alright, gonna give this camera a rest, and then I'm gonna start heading south. Alright, take care, adios, bye-bye.